All right, cool. We're recording again. So, week in review number 3. It was very not the plan at all. And honestly, I'm not. I don't even feel that bad about it. Maybe it's because things are going well, better than they should be, perhaps. And that's what I'm going to get into this week. So, this week, main star thing of the week was basically got my second client. But before that, on the Monday I made 100 dials. On the Tuesday I made 50,000. Now the problem with the fucking dials was that the lead list was just shit because Ireland's so small. I was trying to make a big lead list, as in I was trying to just say like, fuck, can we just get like pulling in on people who might have not been, but just because I at the time scraped the lead list, I was like, oh, this is such a small list. I'll go through it in like 2-3 days, which I did. Uh, so then I tried, like, as in when I was making the lead list, I knew that had happened. So I was like, oh, let me try pull on some extra niches, kind of that are similar but not the same. In terms of like in a specific niche, is in for bathroom renovations. Just say I could do plumbers and dedicated bathroom renovation specialists, but then you could also throw in construction companies. But the problem with that, and I realized as I was calling them, they don't, like, when you call a general construction company that offers bathroom renovations, they're looking at more like entire house renovations and stuff. So I kind of learned that, and then I was like, oh fuck, like this lead list is ass because half of it was construction. Because there's, like I said, I was just trying to fill up the lead list, um, with enough people that were potentially there, and so that was pretty wank in that way. So yeah, but, like it was pretty shit in that way, and it was a little bit retarded, I guess. And yeah, so leading on from that, only 2 out of 5 days this week I made dials, and my whole goal for this week originally starting was to be 100 dials a day, right? Why didn't I make dials? I mean, listen, of course, it's always, I don't like doing dials, right? Of course, it's always, it feels weird because in some ways it's justifiable. Like those days I didn't do dials, I did put in work, and the reason I had to stop doing the dials is because I had to prep the actual ads for my first client that I signed on, because we had the onboarding call, and then because I think we had, when was the okay, yeah. So I was actually focusing on actually putting together the actual video ad for one client, and then I was also like trying to set up the GHL, the Go High Level automations and learning. Like there was a lot of learning involved this week, and if you're looking why I'm looking to the left, because I have my fucking spreadsheet up, of what I've done this week, and yeah, I mean that was kind of it. That's why the dials weren't really there. But moving on from that, yeah, I closed my second client, pay after results, so I don't really count them as a client until I've paid. Um, I had my first onboarding call with the first client, got access to his Meta and his WhatsApp business, connected that to his Meta, and then I could connect it to Go High Level and stuff. Um, but now I still need to get a kind of pre-launch call and fully connect his WhatsApp business to Go High Level now, and then just go through him with the ads and the process and what he has to do in terms of calling the leads, and show him kind of my idea behind, well, not my idea, what the fuck I've put in place for like the automatic contacting of the leads and stuff like that. And so we'll kind of just see how that goes. Hopefully, well, I should be able to get him on an onboarding call or like a pre-launch call on Monday. Then once we connect his WhatsApp, I have to get those WhatsApp template messages approved by Meta, and then from there I can basically from there I can fucking launch the ads and see how things go. And then moving on, the second client then, he's a bathroom renovation client, and yeah, this weekend I've kind of been prepping his thing. I know you're saying second client. Wait, I thought this was, if you've been watching, I thought he's your third. Technically, he is actually my third, but my first. Technically, the kitchen guy's my second. This guy's my third. I actually already forgot to mention that the first guy already dropped me. He didn't fully drop me, but he said he wants to do it in February instead because he's too busy. But like I was like, okay, well I can't fucking wait around for that. That's just stupid. So good timing. A guy who I had set a meeting with in December called me back when he didn't show. Like he didn't show up to the meeting. I messaged him. I tried getting to him in December. He messaged me back on the Monday, the same Monday that the guy kind of dropped me. He said he wants to do it in February, but that's like basically dropping me. And versus the this guy, the third client, called me on the day I answered the phone, and he was looking to have a meeting about it. And then we had the meeting, and I ended up closing them. Now, again, I hate saying the word close because I didn't even like, I didn't collect any money, right? There's no full commitment there. The only thing I will say I've done a good job on is he was basically burnt in the past, basically literally like a month or two from a reputable agency as well. The lead quality was really bad, so I had to dissect what went wrong with the last agency, which was basically lead quality, and then I had to explain to him how I was going to fix that, even though I didn't know how to fix it. Probably the highlight of the week was at the end of near the end of the call when he told me he wanted to go with me. He was saying like, "Oh yeah, you seem very confident and very well knowledgeable on the topic," and this is my first time ever doing the service, so it is, while my sales skills in terms of like maybe discovery and objection handling and stuff aren't there, I suppose my energy and my confidence is there, and that was probably something that helps get me across the line. And that's basically where we at. Monday and Tuesday I made dials, and the rest of the days I was basically trying to learn, set up stuff, video creative, and then like for this third client, the bathroom renovation client, I basically just took the strategy I had written for the first guy who was doing bathroom renovations and just applied it to him, because that's what the plan is when I go the onboarding call next week and stuff. So that's the thing. Like a big thing, like I've always said, is the ambiguity and how much that slows you down. But as I'm learning now, I'm getting a lot faster at doing the things because I actually know what I have to do. As in, when I'm totally new client and it's my first time, like my first client, I'm trying to learn like, okay, yeah, I have to set up the ads on fucking Meta and I have to connect it to Go High Level and I have to, do automatic messages. But what the fuck, what process should I actually be doing for those? Like, as in the ads, what structure should the ads follow? How do I connect fucking Go High Level to the Facebook? Do I need a conversion API, which I didn't because they were just instant lead forms? And then there's like all these, and then even on Go High Level, it's like automations. Okay, obviously, how do you set up automations? But then it was like, what should I actually be putting in these messages and coming up with a whole structure? And it's kind of, maybe it is definitely ambiguity, and maybe it's just that I feel that I'm being less productive even though I am working. Average worked hours this week is it's been okay. It's about 7 hours on average. Yeah, and then this week I also made like 30 dials to the UK on my Tuesday, and I mean, it's only 30 dials, not much, but man, Irish people are so much nicer to talk to on the phone. Out of everybody I'd spoken to from the UK, like I'd say at least, like it was only 30 dials, but I'd say like at least only one out of like the 15 or 20 owners that picked up was actually nice. They're all fucking pricks. Yeah, we'll see how that changes. And from a personal note, I've booked a fucking holiday to Budapest, a weekend away in fucking February. So yeah, that I'm looking forward to that. And it's a bit odd. It's odd because everybody preaches this like fucking grind and all this stuff, and yeah, it's totally true. You need to, but ultimately, like, if I can still make 100 dials a day, 5 days a week for most of the month, and I can book meetings and I can close fucking calls, then like, it doesn't matter what I do outside of that. As long as I'm at a tempo that I'm happy with. Now, am I happy with the tempo this week of only making only making dials 2 days of the week? No. Well, again, yes and no. It's one of these things where it's like, because it's so much ambiguity and I'm trying to learn what to do, I don't know how long it's going to take, and I want to just dedicate a day to getting it done and learning it. And it's slow, and it's a process, and and maybe that's just weak, and that's just fucking, maybe it's just cope, and we'll find out as time goes on. But I mean, arguably the other side to it is, if I actually do keep all these clients and they're both genuine and dedicated, and they're not fucking around even though they said yes, like the first guy did, then I'll have 2 clients this month, which is my target. My target is to be at 8k a month by the end of the year, and that's about 2 clients a month with like a 30% churn rate, which I'm guessing is pretty high, but I'm just setting it like worst comes to worst. So if I do land both these clients, that's 2 clients, which is exactly my target. Now, maybe should I be shooting higher as well? Because if I can hit 2 clients with fucking 285 dials this month, then why not just fucking do more? and get on more clients, right? And that's something that's obviously going to change. And I think what happens as well is that usually, like when I have all this work right now at the end of the week, or well, midway through the week to the end of the week, it's like it's work and I actually have something to do and I'm doing it, and it's like there's actually work to do versus like going into next week. Once I launch the ads for the other guys, yes, I'll be monitoring their ads, but I won't be doing anything in the morning or the evening, which means is what I'm saying is I have to make dials, I have to book sales calls because there's nothing else to do, right? Versus this week there was like, I don't know how long it's going to take to put ads together. I want to put the ads together so I can get them onboarded, then do a pre-launch call this week so that I can actually launch the ads next week and actually get shit flowing sooner than later, right? It's all about speed, right? Not just pure speed, but just being timely and getting stuff done in time. And yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I'm also hopefully looking to get a fucking power dialer now that I'm calling the UK and can actually fucking use power dialing software and stuff. So that's the plan from that end, and that should also make cold calling easier and maybe a little bit more enjoyable is probably the wrong word, but yeah, just easier, less painful, and we'll see where we go from there. I do really want to get to the stage where I'm making a lot more cold calls every day, and then I've got actual data to back up, and I've got more predictability, and I'm booking in sales calls, and yeah, because once I get a flow going, it'll be a lot easier. Once I know what I'm doing, it'll be a lot easier because I can plan out my day a lot more efficiently because I know how long things take, and that's basically where I'm at. So if I keep these two clients for the rest of the month, and well, even technically if they drop me, I've still gotten 2 clients this month, and technically that would just add to the churn rate. But we'll see. That's it. We'll just see. We'll just see how it fucking goes. This has been a pretty shit fucking weekly diary entry. I need to make these things more interesting. Maybe share a weekly lesson. But honestly, there's not a big takeaway for this week.